Today's vlog is a day in the life Halloween decorating video. We have got some errands to run, the decor to actually get out the shed and have a sort through, and then we're going to put some decorations up finally. I live with someone who is not into spooky season at all, so I have to wait until about mid-October after their birthday before I can put the decor out. We are going to start by running to the big Asda near me to drop off some pyjamas and return them. They are on like their before Christmas pattern and they are super cute, but they are way too big for me, and I might try to see if they've still got them in stock. I might have to just buy the correct size online, and then when we get back we will start doing the decorating, and I will share some new Halloween decor that I've got for this season with you too. These are the PJs, and I am now just about to pop my puppy in the back of the car and we are going to head out. Don't worry, he is clipped in and harnessed safely. You can't tell from the outside, but this place was absolute carnage, and it serves me right for going the weekend before Halloween. Also, how cute are these zero mugs? So sweet. I also really like these more neutral pieces of like Halloween decor with the grey and the white. Like if you're not super into oranges and purples, they had some really nice, just simple black, grey and white pieces. Because it was so hectic, we just headed straight home as soon as I'd run the errands that I needed to run. I didn't even really stay to shop and have a look. It was too much for my little introverted self. We just got back from Big Asda. I did not film much. It was hell. It's obviously the weekend before Halloween here, and every single person in the town and the vicinity must have been at Big Asda today. It was rammed. I had to queue for ages just to speak to someone at customer services, and it was just really overstimulating and stressful. I had a quick look at the Halloween aisle. There's only so many times people can tread on your toes before you start to lose it. So that was a shame. It was just, it's my own fault for going on a Saturday morning. Just, yeah. So we'll get some more pumpkins. Maybe I'll go in an evening when it's a bit more quiet. I want to go into the very spidery shed and grab all my Halloween decor. I want to have a sort through and check what pieces I want to use this year, because I don't have a lot. Like one of my favourite spooky girls on YouTube, she literally has about 40 tubs that she gets out her cellar each year. And I'm like, I've got 2 boxes and a giant bag. And I have to remind myself that the amount of decor that I have and how I like decorate my own house cannot compare to someone who's like an influencer and a full-time spooky ghoul. Like, that's not me, but I still bloody love decorating for Halloween, and I wait for spooky season all year. So I'm really excited to get started. The first piece of decor that I want to pop up is a seasonally festive autumnal wreath for our front door. I've had this, I think, about 5 or 6 years now, and I like to bring this out at the start of spooky season or whenever I start my Halloween decorating. I have started getting everything out and just having a look at what we've got. I'm going to start with the bathroom because there's not too much that I want to do in there really, just a couple of little bits and pieces that I'm going to pop in. This is our little bathroom. I'm just going to start by doing a quick hoover and a wipe over of the sink, and then we'll be popping in a couple of autumnal pieces in here. I also purchased from eBay this year a couple of the Bath & Body Works Stranger Things collab products, like these foaming hand soaps, and I love them so much. They smell incredible. This one, which is the Demogorgon, has a really dark kind of oud, a slight touch of cinnamon, but very woody, clovey kind of notes. I really like it. And then I've got another one for the kitchen. I don't know how I'm going to cope when Stranger Things ends. It's one of those shows that I wish they had like 10 seasons of. It's such an escapist and absorbing show, and the writing for it is phenomenal, so I'm going to be devastated when it ends. Stranger Things hand soap for the kitchen, and this one is Eddie's leather jacket, I think. Oh no, this is the upside down. This is a really clean scent. It kind of smells like Sweater Weather by Bath and Body Works, and it's got notes of mossy stone, smoky birch tree, and eerie fog, and it's lovely. It's a really nice scent. The packaging on this one is not as cool, I think, as the Demogorgon one, but it's got the texture and like the vines and the bits and pieces from the upside down. Seasonal tea towels are a really simple and easy, straightforward way just to inject a bit of whichever season you're trying to celebrate or whichever theme you're going with. These, I think, were TK Maxx, and that oven mitt set was also from TK Maxx. They were still available this year. I've got some pumpkins temporarily in the kitchen that I want to move through to the fireplace in a little bit. And again, I'm just going around with the hoover and having a quick tidy up and clean as I go. Here I'm just showing you the kind of empty shell of what we're working with in the office. So the next space that I just want to do a bit of decorating in is our little office dining room next door. I really wanted to drape more pieces and bits around the fireplace, but this year we have a puppy and he's only 4 months old. And my other half just said to me, like, maybe don't go too bananas with the decor this year because we don't want to risk him chewing or choking on anything. And he's teething at the moment. He's got lots of little gaps at the front. And as his teeth are coming in, he's really, I mean, most puppies are anyway, but he is super chewy at the moment. And I'm concerned about some of the decorations that I have that he's just going to be so drawn to, and it's just not worth the risk, like if something should happen to him. Or I had 2 separate ideas what I wanted to do, and I think I'm just going to have to tone it down a little bit this year, and then next year, hopefully when it'll be nearly a year, we can go a bit more bananas with pumpkins and all the extra little plastic and rubber bits. Somehow when I was digging all of this out and making a racket and chucking pumpkins and plastic ornaments around, our puppy was on the floor next to me, just pretty much snoozing through all of that racket. So I just thought I'd include a cute little clip of him. You can see he's kind of giving me the side eye, or is he kind of asleep? I'm not sure. So I'm starting with some black cheesecloth just to try and make the backdrop a little bit more spooky for what I'm going to start putting on the fireplace. And I'm using these candlesticks from IKEA just to give some height and a bit of range so that there's not just one level of little cute pumpkins and knickknacks. And I'm hoping that that bit of height kind of makes it look a bit more interesting, really. I've also picked out some good spooky books that I think would go well with the sort of darker black and white colours that I'm trying to go with, and I'm using those propped up on one end to then go alongside these other little knickknacks that I've pulled out. At the end of the video I will show you what each fireplace turns out like and what the finished result was, so stay tuned to the end because that's when you'll get to see the finished product. I think that's where I want to leave the fireplace in this room for now. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed because I've now got to do the living room, and I know it's not a lot, but if you're like not good at decor and you don't have a good eye for it, it can actually be a bit stressful. But I'm worried about the puppy as well because I think he'll end up eating some of it. At this point I decided let's put away all the stuff that I'm not going to use this year, like some of these costumes and some of the more gaudy pieces or pieces that I wanted to declutter and pass on to some of my friends and family, and that would just leave me with the pieces that I was going to use in the living room. Some people might see the big bag and the box of stuff that I've got as quite a lot of items, and some might think that's not really a lot when it comes to decor, especially to some of the professional people on YouTube. And I I feel like whatever is proportionate is whatever doesn't jeopardize your mental health. And for me, the amount of stuff that I had, it just needed a good clear out. This is a thing my other half 3D painted for me because I love the Addams Family. I'm just popping on some spooky bed linens and pillowcases, and fresh linens are just the best feeling in the world, aren't they? There's nothing better, but even more so when they are suitably spooky themed for this time of year. These were from TK Maxx and they are still available, and so are these pillowcases. That cushion is another TK Maxx find. Honestly, so many of my bed linen pieces and like cushions and pillows, I think they're all TK Maxx. TK Maxx or HomeSense, they are like my two favourite places to get spooky homeware. Puppy was just chilling in the hallway. He was kind of following me around as I went, and these were just a couple of bits that I popped in the hallway. That skull print is up most of the year, and so is this Never Trust the Living print, which I was gifted on my 30th from one of my best friends. It's from Beetlejuice, which is one of my favourite movies. My other half had recently had a birthday, so I was moving his birthday cards to the back wall of the living room and then clearing that fireplace off and going in with that same kind of black cheesecloth and draping that over before adding my pumpkins and my other little bits and pieces. I was trying to make it kind of sit into these really nice kind of swag folds, but I wasn't getting it to kind of replicate on the other side as well quite as evenly, but we try. I'd purchased these really cute autumnal leaves, little fairy lights, and the fairy lights with a sort of perfect yellowy kind of golden glow. And then I'd twizzled around the fairy lights this sort of orange rattan ribbon type material. It's wired, so it's kind of structured so you can mould it around the leaves. And it didn't quite look how I wanted it to look, but I don't mind. It kind of accentuates the yellow and the gold and the orange and that sort of pop of colour that I was looking for. That piece of art I have had a few years now. It's a plague doctor in a sort of old church stained glass style of art. The artist is called Lainey Chalcroft, and I believe you can find her on Instagram, and she's incredible. I would really like to buy more pieces from her. Next, I am just going to lint these pillows as they've been in storage. They've been rubbing up on some Hessian bunting that I had, and there's tiny little pieces of sort of straw and hay and all sorts of bits where they've been in storage. So then I'm just doing that and popping them on the sofa. On my bookshelves, I have just draped a small autumnal leaf garland with fairy lights. I'd also wanted, going along that picture rail, to add those orange lights and kind of give a orange spooky glow up the top third of the walls into the ceilings. And this did not work. The command hooks that I had purchased would not hold, would not stick, and they actually like tore at the paint, and let's not talk about that. So as you can see, I've also added in some of the bunting and a couple of extra pumpkin bits. And it's looking okay. I think it's okay. I've also added back in one of my Francis Bacon prints. I think it looked a bit lopsided having just the one small Plague Doctor print next to it, piece, and I kind of like having both of them together. They're up all year anyway, so I thought like it made sense to keep them both above the fireplace. Incoming quick puppy update / cuddles / cuteness. Also, this was the remnants of a little boo box that my friends had made me the night before. They came over for dinner and we had this spooky little pass the parcel we played with their kid, and had music, and it had this cute NBC keychain and just like really thoughtful little decor bits and some tasty snacks, and I loved it. Like, it was 100% me in a little gift basket. It's my 4-year soberversary today when I'm filming this, and that means I'm 4 years sober, which is, yeah, lots of feelings. But I got a couple of presents from my other half that I thought I would just share with you to celebrate. So he got me these. How cute are they? We've had a couple already, as you can see, but they're all like Halloween themed chocolates. Let me show you. And then he also got me a little Cruze pumpkin. I wanted one of these for ages, but it's been a want, not a need. So it's really sweet that he got me this. It just looks like that. And you put some snacks, some spooky treats, even like popcorn for a spooky movie night. So to add a bit of ambience, we used our Philips Hue to colour the lights in each of these rooms, which I think makes it look really cool. And if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my Halloween clean and decorate with me. I'm so grateful that you stopped by today, and please do like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.